with a Scoop podcast powered by the Roof Gallery.
Juan, you're from Colombia. Give me your journey. How did you get in the roofing industry? What did you do first? And what was your journey before you started the actual company? By the way, love your logo, love your name, Rosestone Roofing. We'll talk about it in a second. But first, let's start with your journey.
Thank you. So my family, we all came here in one plane. It was 11 of us. We applied our visas through political asylum. We were Colombian, so we're all native in Colombia. My partner...
What was the reason behind asylum? You were in a position or what?
Yeah, so basically my uncle, who is my partner at Rosestone Roofing, he's a general contractor now. He's been doing that for about 23 years since he came here in 99. Before then, he was the CEO of a textile manufacturing company we had in Colombia. So we would actually import fabrics from China at a pretty good rate, and we would export to neighboring countries, whether it's Ecuador, Venezuela, Bolivia, and then we would actually manufacture that fabric into our own brand, our own clothing brand, in which we sold in around 20 stores nationwide. And through the political turmoil, both with the Civil War going on and the narcos that came up during that time, there's a lot of political unrest in my country, and we ended up going bankrupt. And so my mom handled a lot of the bankruptcy, and due to the danger my uncle was facing, he decided to flee in 99.
Wow. Sorry to hear that.
No, it's...
I just got my brother here on asylum as well. That's why I asked.
Oh,
and it's Russia-Ukraine situation.
Yeah. I apologize for any stress or that could be causing to your family. I definitely know what it's like.
I want to stop this. Forget about the roofing. Forget about politics. Do you believe that the United States is one of the best countries in the world as far as business and opportunities goes?
I think it's unrivaled. I mean, it's the best by far. I love the freedom that you have. I mean, I know every day our speech is a little bit more censored, but I do think we still have...
But social media is business.
Yeah.
It's not like nobody is going to jail for making a post. Like in my country right now, you can go on the street with a white piece of paper. You can be a 90-year-old woman, and you do this, and you're going to get arrested. Just because this means that you are protesting and you're not allowed to protest. Right. In the United States, I don't care if it's Trump or Biden. I can go and say, fuck Biden, fuck Trump, and no one is going to arrest me.
Yeah, that's true.
I can speak my mind. Yeah, Facebook might delete my post, but I'm not facing freaking jail time.
Yeah, that's just the advertiser at the end of the day doing their job and making sure that they get to the right people. But to finish...
Do you feel like it's easy here, like to start a business and grow it?
If you're hungry. If you're hungry. I was just talking about it with the head of EuroShield. He was telling me what it's like as an immigrant and how we come from an outside perspective now on the inside, and we see the opportunities for what they truly are, for just how much you can have if you truly hustle, if you truly put your mind to it and you focus. So I would say, the opportunity is endless. Every single community, there's a rabbit hole you can go down. Whether it's like, it was funny, I was looking at developers for real estate, and he was talking about how he has one guy who's a soil engineer who he goes out there and has him always check the soil before the foundation, because there has to be a certain components or criteria the soil has to meet, a certain amount of compact. Even there's a guy that is an expert on soil, is what I'm trying to say. So you can do anything that you put your mind to.
That's so cool. I love it. Tell me the story behind Rosestone. First of all, love the branding. Who came up with that? Do you get compliments on the branding? How important is the branding like that?
It's huge. So I started in distribution 4 years ago with my cousin at Shingle Market. I learned all the product knowledge. I learned the manufacturers. I learned kind of just everything about the industry. I learned about how certain contractors operate. And after 2 years, my back started hurting after lifting a lot of shingles. So I was like, maybe this is not the best longevity thing for me. And my cousin was always telling me, hey, go into sales, go into sales, go into sales. And my uncle, like I said, he started in 99. So by then, he's been in operation since I graduated high school in 2019 for over 19, 20 years. So my idea was, okay, my uncle is already a GC. He already offers all of the services. We're a one-stop shop, both residential and commercial capabilities. Why can I not just do Rosestone Roofing? So Rosestone is our parent company, and roofing is obviously my specialization, what I'm good at, and what we're building a team around right now. And obviously my uncle has done roofs in the past because he's built entire houses, but it's never been his niche. So I wanted to kind of head that and basically create that branch within the branding of the parent company. And that way we can say we're family owned and operated for over 20 years with the ability to do not just roofing, siding, gutters, and windows within our branch. But if you need a driveway, if you need a backyard renovation, if you need interior remodeling, outside remodeling, we can do everything. So I find that homeowners find the comfort and they see that reputability through our parent company, and it kind of differentiates us a lot. So I would say the branding is huge. I'm the one that came up with Rosestone Roofing. They asked me what name, and I'm like, Rosestone Roofing.
What kind of feedback you get from your customers?
The second I say we're family owned and operated, they love it. I feel like we instantly establish rapport. They hear that and it clicks for them. Like, oh, this guy, he actually cares. He's out here because he wants to be here and he's helping his family. And people feel initially already more trusting of me because of that. So the feedback is great. My uncle actually paid $5,000 for this logo to be made in like 06. Wow. So probably one of the best investments to this day because he still uses the same logo. Really? And we have it on all of our vans, box trucks. Because like I said,
comment below what you think about their logo. Do you like it? Do you hate it? Are you impressed? Do you believe that riches are in the niches in this business?
Could you elaborate a little bit?
Like a lot of guys trying to do everything, like windows, siding, gutters. Your uncle, were builders, remodelers. They do everything. But once you narrow it down to one trade, and when I look at your logo, it's Rosestone Roofing. It's one trade. Do you believe that in order to scale, you have to narrow down your service?
Yes, and I've listened to a lot of people like yourself and other entrepreneurs in the space talking about cross-selling and how it can be a bit complicated and it can affect scaling on that end. And that's why, yes, right now we're a storm restoration roofing company. And that's like our main goal. We're looking to do mainly asphalt roofs, help homeowners save 90 to 95% on their roof replacement. And we offer complimentary free inspections, free estimate. And yeah, I would say generally our niche allows us to target the direct audience because once we get the roof approved, once they see the quality of work, once they experience our customer service and we build a relationship with them, you'd be surprised how many of them are like, hey, do you guys do this? Hey, do you guys do this? After we do the work, or hey, could I get a quote on this? And so the cross-selling kind of happens naturally after we establish that relationship with the homeowner.
Love it. Let's talk about real customer experience. I want to hear the name. Try to remember one name of the customer and their customer journey experience. I want to hear how they found you. How did you help them? What did they say in at the end as far as testimonial goes?
I got just a guy in mind. His name is Juan Campbell. He lives in Covington, Georgia. And
I used to live in Covington, Georgia.
Really? Wow.
6 years.
Small world. They got
What's his name?
His name is Juan Campbell.
Okay.
So Mr. Human, Mr. Campbell, I love him, his wife, their daughters, and their daughters' kids. Met all of them. The way we initially had the point of contact with him was actually through one of our door knockers, one of our canvassers that was out in Covington, 2 of them actually. And Mr. Huan's house actually was affected by one of his neighbor's home being burned down. So his next door neighbor to the left, his entire house burned down. And that fire spread to the left side of his siding. So his entire one side of his siding on his house was completely shot. It was warped. The house wrap and plywood was exposed. So my sales rep noticed that and kind of used that as the initial piquing of interest, letting him know, hey, we offer siding repair as well. So we signed him up for a free inspection. He also had like a 15-plus-year-old roof. So we ended up doing the siding repair, which State Farm had already paid them a certain amount for. We gave them a good bid on it. We saved some money. They loved it, saw our quality of work. Eventually, later on, I ended up hitting him up because I have a new inspector now with over 10 years of experience. He's one of the best. And I told him, hey, I think I can get the roof approved as well. So after we did the siding work, we came back, and we ended up getting his roof approved through State Farm. And we did Weatherwood HGZ on that roof. And we ended up, like I said, not showing that we're a big company. We have the capability of doing full house building, pool remodels and everything. But even something like a siding repair for a family like his, that's the kind of relationships that I want to build as a business owner. My business motto is people over profits. And I truly feel as if you focus on doing the right things, if you focus on truly helping people and educating the homeowners, and this is what I love about your content, educating the homeowners about how to make the best decision for their home, that's when you're going to see the results. And that's what I felt like Juan saw in me. He saw that I was someone that was knowledgeable and young but hungry to help him, and he saw that, and we were able to save him thousands on his roof replacement and help him with the siding repair. And to this day, they've had no problems, no leaks or anything.
Wow. Such a flashback. I spent 6 years in Covington, Georgia. I bought a 3-bedroom ranch house in 2007, almost an acre of land. I short sale it in 2012 when the economy crashed, $55,000. I sold the house for $55,000. Last 6 houses in the last 6 months was sold anywhere from 40 to 60K, and I still owed like over 100. So it was half what it was worth. So we had the short sale. I moved to Minneapolis. And back in the day, cutmygrass@gmail.com was my side gig. So I was in flooring business Monday through Friday. And every Saturday, I was cutting grass in Covington and Conyers for like 6 months. Dude, it was insane. I'll tell you one thing. I'll share this. So I started this side gig, cutting grass, because I went on my own overnight. My ex-boss in Atlanta filed bankruptcy. So I'm like, what am I going to do now? I know how to cut grass and I know how to install floors. So I start flooring business, and on the side, I start cutting grass on a Saturday. And the trade of the fucking century happened. I had riding mowers. I actually was in the riding mower business. I would buy riding mowers that were kind of like not working for like $100-$150, change oil, start them up, change tires, and sell them like $600-$700. And then I had a riding mower that worth like maybe $400 or $500. And I decided to upgrade to zero-turn mower because a lot of grass that I was making like $500-$600 a day every Saturday.
4 or 5 houses.
Easy. And so this guy on Craigslist were selling zero-turn riding mower, Cop Cadet. And he said that he would consider trades. And so I had one. So first, I traded a riding mower to zero-turn. And then 3-4 months later, when I want to get out of it, I'm like, okay, my flooring business picked up like crazy. I have so many flooring jobs. I'm not going to cut grass anymore. And I was selling zero mower. So this guy was selling on Craigslist. So I got Cop Cadet zero mower on Craigslist. Crazy deal. If you watch dude, you can trade from freaking cop to the car in a year if you do it. That's exactly what I did. So I got Cop Cadet at freaking Steel Deal. And then later, I'm buying box truck. 10,000 pounds box truck. Ford 7.3 diesel, 14 foot. And the guy said he would consider trade. I'm like, that's the wrong keywords to use with me. So I messaged him. I said, I have a zero-turn riding mower. I paid for that thing. Well, I traded in. So what I traded was $500 worth of things. So essentially, this guy is selling $5,000 truck, and I traded zero-turn riding mower. I remember. I arrived to his place.
Wow.
The guy is drinking beer on his front porch, and there is a freaking box truck. I'm talking about box truck, 7.3, 10,000 pounds, and I have zero mower on the Nissan Frontier on the back. And he's like, well, honestly, Dmitry, obviously, my truck worth way more than that. But I like you. You're a nice guy. Let's do the deal.
Wow.
And I traded it.
Wow.
And I used that for my flooring business. I put a wrap on it. And
wow.
This country is freaking amazing because of people like that, because of opportunities like that. I mean, think about it. Zero-turn riding mower for the box truck. And if you know that how I got zero-turn mower by fixing riding mowers and flipping them, it's insanity.
It is insanity. And at the end of the day, he went with you because he liked you.
Exactly that. So I was making, when I started my business, and I've never shared this story before. This is the first time.
Wow.
So
exclusive. At the roof gallery.
My boss filed his bankruptcy. He is a general contractor. I became flooring contractor overnight. So go on Craigslist and advertise my flooring jobs. And every Saturday, cutting grass. For 3-4 months, I have a essential lawn mover business and construction. But every Saturday I make $500. Dude, for the first 10 years of my life, I work 6 days a week, at the very minimum 10-hour days. I work every Thanksgiving. I work all major holidays except like Christmas or New Year's Eve, where no one would have you at their house. But I worked dude, I would take a sleeping bag on people's, if no one lives in the house, I would take a sleeping bag because people want to move. If it's new construction, I'm sleeping overnight. I slept on quite a few jobs. So I live in Covington. You know where Kennesaw is?
Yes.
It's hour and a half.
Yes.
I have my first couple jobs in Kennesaw, and I wanted to finish them within 2 days, but it's hour and a half drive. I'm not driving back. I would call my wife. It's like, hey, I'm going to sleep overnight in my truck, start tomorrow at 7, because you have to leave 5:30. I would rather sleep a little bit more. What's the point of driving for an hour and a half to get home at 11 and get up at 6? I'm like, I'd rather sleep. Right. That was freaking 2010, 2011. Wow. That's how I did it.
Right. I have a question for you.
Sure.
I experience this right now. I'm only 22 years of age. And
I came to the country at 22.
A lot of my family, they'll see what I'm doing, or even my friends, my girlfriend, everyone around me. They see how much I work, and I tell them I want to be more busy. I want to work more. I'm working to develop my health and be active in the gym again, so I can have more energy, so I can do more every day. And a lot of the times I hear them tell me, "Hey, slow down, don't overwork yourself.
Don't slow down. This is there are laboring years. There are times when you build your brand, when you put your labor, you will slow down when you're 40. The time will come. If you watch Jeff Bezos, he will tell, Jeff Bezos, when he was selling books, he was it's Honda Accord, it's cheap car, it's grinding, it's all in. Jeff Bezos today, it's 2-3 decisions per day. Dimitri's today, it's 2-3 meetings per day. It's my productive day. But back in the day, I had to get up at 5, be on the road by 6, came back home at 10. But this is I put in 1 year what majority of my competition would put in 3 years. It's 1 for 3. And if you follow guys like Elon Musk, all the big guys, they'll tell you the same thing. Why people hate Elon Musk these days? Why do they hate him? Because he makes people work. You're supposed to freaking work. You have to earn it.
He doesn't want them working from home anymore.
Exactly. But then when you work, when you get all the way up, dude, now it comes down, today it comes down to this. It comes down to a couple, I can do this. Today I might work 5 hours today, and it's going to be a productive day, but I get more in one day than most people do.
Right. Yeah, I just haven't taken a vacation, and it's always the girlfriend. She's like,
dude, what's vacation? Again, vacation for me is it's a long weekend. 3 days, it's max. I don't understand how people can take 2 weeks of vacation.
Right.
I do it 1 year, 7 to 10 days with my family, and after 3 days, I'm climbing walls. I can't. The vacation is for kids and girls.
Yeah.
That's it. It's your girlfriend, it's your wife, and it's your kids. Who needs vacation? I mean, I get my rest.
I agree.
But
Sunday's the rest day.
Yeah,
and
exactly.
that's it. You get back to work.
100%.
I love it.
What's your experience here at the Roof Gallery?
Well, I'd say I came here the last time for their 420 ladders and safety event, and I got OSHA certified. I always am a student of the game. That's why I've watched you for over 4 years, and every influencer I got like their content. And I stumbled upon Roofs by Dawn about 1.5 years ago when I started the company. And what he does well is he knows how to get eyes on his content. He knows how to get viewership, and it might not be bad. It might not be the best publicity, but even bad publicity is publicity. And he gets his name out there, and that's why we're here today. That's why you're here today. So, yeah, as a young person in the industry, the Roof Gallery shows me the potential of what we can do and what kind of culture we can bring to the roofing industry. Because it's the only industry that I know that a felon, that an undocumented person can make over 6 figures. And it doesn't matter where they come from. It doesn't matter what they did before. If they're willing to work, it's here for them. And the Roof Gallery kind of puts all of that into perspective. Manufacturer, the Rich Pro, products, services, insurance, sales rep, contractors, distributors, they're all here together, working together. And at the end of the day, the big companies, the corporations, they're the ones really taking the food off our plate. And the small guys, the small dogs, they want us to butt heads. But in reality, I think if we realize together we can get more market share together as a small business, then we're competing against the big business. When the small guys start competing against each other, I think it's only detrimental to our space, and it kind of leads to some of the friction we see today with the insurance companies, with the homeowners, because certain people pick up bad practices and stuff like that, trying to one-up their competition, as opposed to looking in the mirror and looking, hey, what do I need to do to get better? Not forget about what he's doing.
Love it. If you're immigrant, comment below. I want to hear your story, how unique you are. If you're undocumented, I don't care. We don't judge. I was illegal for a couple of years. Comment below your story. If you believe in American dream, if it's still alive and well, if you dream in it, comment below, share your story. I read all my comments. I'll see you guys in the next video. Thank you for sharing, brother.
Thank you so much, Dmitry. Had a great time.
Good.